What's first?
Don't get electrocuted.
Rule number 1.
Don't buy a brand new expensive part.
Hi, I'm Becca.
And I'm John.
This is Luna.
And this is Hope's End. All right, we're gonna rerun our solar panels because wiring 4 100-watt solar panels in series created way too many volts. Long story short, tried to disconnect it when the sun was still out and the solar panels are still producing power. It arced on me and fried our solar controller. So, dumb, idiot moment, still kicking myself about it. But we ordered a new charge controller. We ordered a Victron, which we wanted anyways, or I wanted anyways, so it was a good way to get what I wanted, I guess. But this way we're gonna run them in series and parallel, so 2 series, 2 parallel. We got 2 little connector guys for each bank and a couple extra cables, which we actually already ordered. These were actually original on the boat because they were wired in parallel to begin with. The 2 100 watts were. And so we're gonna just rewire what we did before. And so we gotta drop our bimini, undo what we did, rewire it so we won't have as much voltage going. Even if we wanted to, our solar charge controller that we ordered would technically take it all 4 in series, but we're gonna wire them 2 series, 2 parallel, kind of best of both worlds for now and kind of go from there.
And why can we do this right now?
We can do this right now because 1, the solar charge controller is disconnected anyway, so the whole string is broken and it's dusk out, so they're not producing any power and the whole thing is disconnected anyways. Plus, the reason why arc flashed on me to begin with is because there's no disconnect in the line and there's no fuse between that and the battery. The fuse wasn't the issue, but if there was a disconnect, that would have been really nice because I could have just disconnected it, undid all the wires, and it would be safe.
And what are we putting in to create future problems?
A disconnect and a fuse. Doing it right.
Let's just say that Friday was not a good day for us. It was pretty unfortunate. John was pretty upset that he fried the charge controller.
There's lots of words said.
There's a lot of words said. There was a lot of head and hands situations going on. Friday was not a good day. It's Sunday now. We've had a very productive weekend. We did a lot of stuff around the boat that we needed to do. Did laundry, we got water, we put a lot of stuff away. So that's all good stuff. We're ready to go this week. We're getting a new charge controller on Monday, so we can go ahead and video that too. For now, we gotta change this stuff around so that way we're ready for tomorrow. So let's go do it.
We have 2 main wires that go in and connect to our solar charge controller. So we need, I don't know what you'd call these, branch terminals. Each bank of 2, we have two panels in series, will connect to here. And that will make them parallel. So 2 in parallel, 2 in series, into 2 parallel. That makes sense.
It's a lot of weight. Sorry, I just felt the whole bimini like.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
So these 2 panels will be in series, these 2 panels will be in series, and we'll connect them, that 2 banks of series, into here. So we just gotta figure out how to do that. This, put into, do this, we'll fit the wires. So this is one series. Series just goes from one to the next. So these 2 panels will get tied together.
What we got going on here?
We did it. So these 2 solar panels are in series. those two solar panels are in series, and then the branch connectors, or whatever you want to call them, are connected here and here in parallel. So 2 series wired in parallel, along with some birdie poop.
We did it.
Hello everybody. The longest time we have been using Starlink. It has been awesome, and on our other boat when we were at dock, we never had a problem. We left it on all the time. Currently we have it hooked up to a modified sine wave inverter, and however that's doing okay. Starlink recommends a sine wave inverter, so we have one of those on its way. Starlink recommends a 500 watt inverter, but currently we're running it off of a 300 watt modified sine wave inverter. Nothing special. It's been doing okay. A lot of heat produced by it, which is a little bit interesting. We ordered a Victron inverter, and hopefully that'll mesh well with all of our Victron goodies that we got going on. This is our forever boat for the immediate future, so we're putting the good stuff in it. We're not skimping out right now. And with that being said, we are going to mount Starlink. There's a lot of aftermarket mountings available, one being star mounts. Those are awesome. The guys over there will completely like cut your Starlink in half and put it on a flat mount. That would be awesome, but for right now, we're not gonna go the modified route. I'm just kind of too chicken right now to cut up our Starlink, and it's expensive. You know, the hardware is about $500, $600. But the guys over, or women, I found Axis Alloys. They make a whole bunch of mounts that are very clean, very minimalist. I'm a little scared because it is very small. It's one of the smallest mounts I think I've seen. This is their powder coated version. They also have, I believe, an anodized, like silverish looking one. I'm very excited for this. It was shipped right away. I am by no means sponsored by these guys. I just think it's a pretty cool product. It shipped instantly. Their online stuff is great. They make these mounts for any kind of off-road utility vehicle. Every single mounting option. We have a 1-inch roll bar strap clamp, and they're heavy-duty clamps. So this requires no modification to the Starlink. It's literally just plug and play. So let's get this mounted to our roll cage and see how she does. Drop this overboard. Oh, the one thing to note is this bar looks a little bit bigger than these bars. We might have an issue. So I measured all of these bars, all of them, making sure they were all 1 inch. You know, they're all 1 inch except for this one. This is the only one vertical of all of this that's not 1 inch. I was trying to put it there. Apparently that is bigger. And it also looks like it's a little bit tapered. I don't know why I missed that. Small source of stupidity. I can mount it right there. It's just a little on slant, but Starlink will right itself. It'll go where it needs to go. I can put it there, but I can't because the ladder. I can put it over here. This is the next best thing. There is kind of like a permanent welded mount for a flag, a courtesy flag. I can't put it there because that's the same bigger size, or I can put it there. I think I'm going to mount putting it on the forward version, but that is okay because we're not going to be able to, I'm probably not going to be able to use this in motion. If we do, cool. I'm not expecting to. We're not going to work while we're in motion anyways. Because of this mount the way it is, it's quickly disconnectable via the original mounting, which the original mounting is a little push button that pulls out of its housing. So let's mount it up to the forward one. So there's an Allen wrench on one side, or Allen bolt on here. On the other side of the mount, I don't know if you can see it, there's a little space for the bolt. So you don't even need a wrench, you just need one tool, and that's an Allen wrench. Awesome. Like, the ingenuity on this is awesome. What I didn't realize is this mount actually goes vertical and horizontal, and even at a 45. You just have to redo the screws and the settings. I was just too excited to set it up that I just put it up. There's two little Allen bolts in there, and you can rotate it and you can start to see all of these guys. So there's multiple positions for this to go. Didn't even realize all of those positions. A little bit harder to get to this guy, the one in the middle. Oh, look at that. They even provide a little, never mind, it's not hard to get to. Man, they thought of everything on these guys. I recommend every instance of this. Let's move that to the side for a horizontal mount. Much better. So we have really high freeboard. I'm not worried about hitting anything at the dock unless it has like a really tall dock box. And even then, 9 times out of 10, we're gonna be removing the thing when we're out motoring. If not, that's fine. Or we're gonna be running the cable a little bit more permanently once they get a cable clamp or whatever you call it to go through the boat. I'm excited, it's permanently mounted. We can stow this guy somewhere else.
It is Monday evening, I think.
Ow. Yeah, it's Monday?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So it's Monday evening. It's really interesting. I feel like we always lose track of time, but not even time. We lose track of days on the boat. I mean, we still work a full 40-hour week and we work Monday through Friday, but for some reason, days of the week are still non-existent to us. I don't know, it's really strange. It is Monday evening. John's currently...
This isn't gonna work as well as I thought it was gonna work.
You need help?
No. Baby. Oh boy. I don't want to be scratching up everything.
Do you just help with the boat?
Trying to half-ass this is not working.
You did it so well the other night though. We just ate some delicious dinner up at the restaurant that is right on the bay. Cooper's Bluff. Real good food, beautiful views, really good drinks. Now we have some things to do, such as install a battery control charger. Charger control?
Battery charge controller.
Battery charge controller. And some other things that go along with the solar. I'm gonna help John because it looks like he's struggling. Okay, so we just opted to take everything out. We tried to do this thing where we only took a little bit of it out. It didn't work. So we took all of it out. It's also been one of those days where it's hot outside, but it's more like muggy than hot, and it's just stagnant. Like you can see the moisture in the air, it's foggy like all day, just has a mugginess to it. It's definitely cooler in the boat than it is outside the boat, which is a nice plus. However, there's just no airflow. So working on this is gonna be a lot of fun. Luckily it's the evening, so it's not like the peak of the day.
I like how out of all the days we have our solar showers out there that actually heated up the water. It's like the hottest day where you don't even want a hot shower.
It got to 122 degrees, our solar shower, which was like awesome, but all I want to do is take a cold shower. Like I do not want to take a hot shower right now. What's first?
Don't get electrocuted.
Rule number 1.
Don't buy our brand new expensive parts.
Well, don't get electrocuted and then...
Yes. We're gonna hook up our battery disconnect switch first, because right now the solar panel array is already disconnected from each other, so it's not circulating a current, it's kind of just stagnant. So we'll hook up our disconnect switch, then after that we can leave our disconnect switch off and work with a non-electrified system, which was before it had no disconnect switch, no fuse. So if the solar panels had power, it was flowing juice, and if you disconnected that juice without blanketing the solar panels, it would go sparky and arc flash on you. Ask me how I know that.
Or don't.
Or don't.
Collecting all your parts.
Yeah. And my hefty duty wire. Okay. To start off with, we got marine grade tinned copper. This is 6 gauge, which is probably way more than we need, and it's the biggest gauge the solar panel will accept. We're planning on expanding in the future, so if we can get, a portion of our section of wiring heftier now, just one less thing we have to do in the future, do it once, be done with it. And we also got a handy dandy crimper tool, because I don't have anything bigger than I think 10 gauge to crimp, and this will crimp a little bit lower than that, but it'll give you the heavier duty crimps. Then we have a Blue Sea Systems A&L fuse black holder. We're missing the fuse. We don't have the fuse yet. Fuse isn't quite necessary. Again, like I said, our other system, the way it was wired, didn't even have a fuse, so we're going to put this in. However, instead of having the fuse here, since we don't have the fuse, we're just gonna connect both the wires together temporarily until we get the fuse, like I think tomorrow. And because we have our on-off switch, we'll be able to turn the system off, disconnect it safely, and put our fuse in. And the fuse goes between the MPPT controller and our battery, and the disconnect switch will go between our solar array and our charge controller. So we can essentially shut off our solar panels safely. Oh, the piece de resistance. Oh, the blue gold. Blue gold because it literally is the cost of gold. Expensive, but with our experience with Victron, it's been awesome. We have a Victron smart shunt. We've had it for a long time, and it cures your energy sanity while living on a boat. I'm gonna try not to fry you, baby.
I might look like a job supervisor or some type of foreman going on in these videos or situations. What's actually happening is I'm trying to learn from John what's going on. I understand actually most of what's going on in the boat. Electricity I do not understand.
Neither do I.
I guess we're learning together. It's nice that we're able to work together in a way that allows us to talk to each other and bounce ideas off each other, but we cannot do that unless I also know what's going on, even though there can't be 4 hands working on a project at one time. Even though it looks like I'm just sitting here really doing nothing, we're really talking the entire time, bouncing ideas off of each other. In addition to that, I am just here as another person to make sure that John doesn't get hurt, but then also the boat doesn't get hurt, or that we hurt something or we hurt ourselves or anything like that. So that is what I'm doing, sitting off on the sidelines, is actively participating in what's going on. I will note that the times that I've not been actively participating is when stuff goes wrong. Like something getting shocked. Not John, just boat parts.
Okay, quick recap. It's not quite good, but it's nearly there. Our on-off switch that we were gonna place here the terminals were a little bit too big for the connectors that I had. We gotta go out and get some more terminals, but in the meantime, we still connected it directly to here. Obviously not the safest bet, and when we go to replace that, we'll have to blanket the solar panels so they don't produce any power or work in the middle of dark, which is what we're doing now, and that's fine, because we just need to put that there. And really it just goes from PV wires coming in, go to the on-off switch, go to the solar charge controller, and then from the solar charge controller is the battery plus and negative. The plus is going to this fuse bar, which we don't have the fuse yet because it's delayed, so we just have it connected straight together. And then to the battery disconnect. We can at least turn the battery disconnect off to get to this and work at night, so we don't have PV power or solar panel power to put the fuse in. But in the meantime, should be good to go to produce power in the morning. We also have our Victron battery charger, which we actually are going to return this one because we got the 20 amp version. We're going to upgrade to the single bank 30 amp version, but we're slowly but surely cleaning up this battery area and getting everything more code compliant. It's not perfect by any means, it's not code compliant yet fully, but we are getting there. We're tired of B, and we picked like the hottest day to do this, which is fine. More to come. Now the benefits of boat life, what they don't show you in the project stage, is all the stuff that you have to take from this room to get to that bunk area, move it all out of that room, and splurge it out to here. And then Luna has nowhere to go. The queen is tired.
Hey, I'm actually like reasonably tired. There was a line clinging on the mast this morning, and I didn't know which one it was to fix it, and it woke me up.
So we have to fix that. We haven't even tackled the sailing accoutrements, the sailing gear, the running rigging. We haven't even looked at that. We're gonna do a lot of changes to that to suit our needs a little bit better, a little bit more fun in the sailing industry. And this is our garage right now, just chock full of stuff and tools and things. So we gotta do a little bit of cleanup today. And then our next project is one, finishing up the solar, getting that situated with the shut-off switch and the fuse. And the next project is getting our windlass upgraded because it was broken when we bought the boat. The previous owner had already purchased a new one, and in the agreement of the boat, we said we would install the new said windlass. So the top half is the same, but it's the bottom guts and motor and gears and mechanisms that needs to be replaced. So we're gonna dive into that, which should be hopefully simple, but nothing has been simple yet on this boat, and it's been a lot of what we think is simple turns out to be a lot of trips to the hardware store or a lot of stuff ordered or reordered because we messed it up the first time.
And that's just like any project. I mean, think of a house project. How many times do you go to the hardware store? On top of it, it's not the case that we have a lot of unexpected in this boat in the sense that it wasn't as it should be. It just needs to be upgraded to be livable. In addition to that, we've learned a couple of things the hard way, and therefore we have needed to change things multiple times, make multiple trips, and so on.
Till next time.
What's the last project for today?
Fire up the grill, make some porky chop.
Time for some dinner.
It's exciting stuff. Magma.